Shalom, shalom, shalom. This your brother Kwam Walla coming at you with another lesson. Before I get into this lesson, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who teach in Ruel. Kazak Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, this lesson is going into accountability. You know, you're only accountable for yourself, you know, and your actions, you know. All the things that you do, you know, is going to be weighed in the balance of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, all the way into the end, you know, even down to your word. All right, you got to watch what you do, because at the end of the day, we all going to sit in the judgment seat of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, but I'm going to go to Romans chapter 14, all right, and verse 12. It says, so then every one of us shall give an account of himself to Yahweh. So you gonna have to, like I said, sit and there, you ain't gonna have no excuse, all right, for the things you do. It's all gonna be weighed. You gonna have to. So that's the best thing you should do is move in the spirit, all right, because when you move in the spirit, walk in the spirit, you won't fulfill the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the flesh, you know, cause you to make poor choices or, you know, messed up, you know, actions, if you understand that, you know, depending on everybody got a different lot on how you move and what you do in this truth, you know, you're accountable for yourself. And I like to go into accounts, just a quick account, just show you that, you know, things you do, you're going to have to give account for that. All right. This is 2 Samuel. Um, 24. And 17. It says, and David spake unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, lo, I have sinned. All right. And earlier in the story, this is an account where King David had numbered Israel, which is, you know, something you're not supposed to do. All right. But he had to give account for that, which, you know, account for that is, you know, judgment. All right. It says, and I have done wickedly, but these sheep, what have they done? Let thy hand, I pray thee, be against me and against my father's house. All right, so David knew what he did, and he also knew that he didn't want the wrath to be upon the people, but just upon him and his house. And ultimately, if you don't, you got to think, your job is to save you and your house. All right? It was a point, that's why I said, what was I about to say? Salakia. You want to save you and your house, because at the end of the day, Salaki, I can't remember what I was about to say. But I'm going to read that again. It might come back to me. It says, I pray thee, be against me and against my father's house. All right. So just like if you was to get saved, you know, the judgment of doing this work is to save, you know, you and your house. But if you don't, what the accountability, you know, could be you and your house getting judged. All right. So that's why it's wise to do what you got to do in this truth. All right. Verse let me see. Salakia.
And Araunah said unto David, let my lord the king take and offer up what seemeth good unto him. Behold, here be oxen for burnt sacrifice, and threshing instruments and other.
2 and verse 3. It says, talk no more so exceedingly proudly, let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. All right, why? Because what you say can you can get judged for. All right, the scriptures talk about many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not as many by the edge of the tongue. All right, so it says, talk no more exceedingly proudly, let not arrogancy come out of your mouth, because like I said, you're gonna have to give an account for that. All right, you're going to be held accountable. It says, for the Lord is a power of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. All right, so the things you do, all right, like I said, it's going to be put in a balance. All right, your actions is going to be weighed. I mean, your actions are going to be weighed. All right, which is what? The judgment. All right, whether it be good or bad. All right, we'll go to Galatians chapter 5 and verse 16. All right, it says, this I say then, walk in the spirit. And I roughly paraphrase this, but it says, then I say then, walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. All right, so by doing the things that you're supposed to do, listening to the spirit, all right, you won't fulfill the lust of the flesh, which you won't feel no type of way that you have to give an account, for anything you've done, because you've been doing what you got to do. All right. That's why I say walk in the spirit, and you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9. It says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. All right, so that's why you got to stay in the spirit at really as much as you can. Even though we in this flesh, it's going to cause you to go off. But at the end of the day, the mind, it'll make you, go do all things. All right, and, or have you thinking a whole different type of way. All right, which cause you to have a ought or just cause a problem. All right. But the whole thing is you got to stay in the spirit so you won't go off. All right, so you don't have to give account to something that you've done that was wicked. All right, but it says who can know it. All right, that's why you got to stay tapped in. Verse 10, it says, I, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, searches the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways, and according to the fruit of his doing. The fruit of your doing is the things that you have done. All right, so you're gonna have to take account for that, and it's like I'm saying the same thing over and over, but at the end of the day, you gotta sit there and discern, that things was right, and not go off. I got one more. This is 1 Corinthians 2 and 14. It says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit. All right, so if you in the flesh, all right, you gonna there's certain things you might have you might be doing, and you might not be looking at it spiritual, and then you go off. All right, that's why you got to stay in the spirit. All right, it says, for they are Salakia. It says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit, for they are foolishness unto him. All right. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. So that's why I say you got to be in the spirit at all times, because you don't know how Satan might come at you. All right, because that's his whole job, is to, cause you to go off. All right, certain scriptures talk about how Satan had entered into people and caused them to go off. All right, like Judas. All right, he had to give account for what he did. All right, but at the end of the day, everybody is gonna have to give an account. So it's best to just stay in the spirit. But Lord willing, this was a quick edify to the Lord's elect. Until next time, Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rahahakodash. Until next time, Shalom, and Abba Baba.